Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Jade here and I hope you all are doing well. Today's video is going to be an educational moment. I feel like I never really teach you guys anything on this channel. Like I'm mostly always doing fun lifestyle stuff, but I don't ever educate you people. But I'm going to be educating you guys today. And I think in my last video about how I obtained my Ontario driver's license, I mentioned that I was going to give you guys like a step-by-step video that is going to tell you guys how you can get your Nigerian driver's license converted to an Ontario driver's license. So I'm going to be doing that in this video today. Now before I do that, let me just give some disclaimers. First of all, this video is valid as at February, what's today's date safe? Yes, 11th of February 2024. So always make sure that you do your own research about what is actually factual for the time that you are watching this video. Reason being that laws do change, things change, processes change, so you really want to make sure that you are having the most current information. Always do your research. Nigerians, even if it's still February, even if it's February 12th, just make sure that you do your own research. But this is generally just going to be like an overview of what the process looks like. Now you have to do 3 major things and I'm going to go through those steps one after the other. But before I do that, I'm going to specify what kind of driver's license I'm referring to. I'm talking about the full driver's license. I mean the G driver's license. There are different types of driver's licenses in Ontario, and I'm not going to go into like the details of what they all are. What I'm going to tell you though is that the G driver's license, the full G, is the highest driver's license you can have as an individual. And what I'm going to be telling you guys how to do today is how to go from your Nigerian driver's license to the full G without having to go through all the step-by-step processes that they have here in Ontario. Now, I'm also going to mention that this may not necessarily apply in other provinces. So don't take this as something that is going to cut across all provinces across Canada. It may not necessarily be the case. So this is specifically for those in Ontario. So if you live in, New Brunswick, go and figure out how it's done there. I don't think it's like wildly different, right? But this is specifically for those who are in Ontario, and all the terminology I'm going to be using is for Ontario driver's licenses. So don't go and make mistake. Okay? Now let's get right into it. So the first thing you need to do is to get an abstract, you guys. Now, what is an abstract? An abstract is basically a document that shows your experience. Like it shows how long you have been driving, if you have like any notes written on your license or any tickets or whatever. Like it's going to show everything about the history of your driving while in Nigeria. So that document is supposed to help you prove to the Ontario government or the Ontario driver's license body that you can actually drive and that you have been driving for a certain period of time. So that's what that abstract is for. Now, where are you going to get this abstract? You can get it in 2 ways. You can either get it in Nigeria. This is if you're somebody that is just coming, you have not yet moved, and you're thinking, okay, what are things I need to get before coming? You can get it in Nigeria. Get it from your local driver's license person, the person that helps you like renew your driver's license. Get it from them. Just ask them questions. They'll probably let you know how to obtain it. The last time I did this, it was about 40,000 naira per person. That was such a long time ago now. I would say it's like, yeah, over 6 months ago now. Yeah. So I would say get some current prices, but that is how much it costs to actually get an abstract from Nigeria. Now, the second way you can get it is by getting an abstract from the Nigerian High Commission here in Ottawa, Ontario. All you need to do is go there, tell them what you want, they will explain everything to you. Just follow the instructions and you will get an abstract. It normally takes about a week and you will get it in the mail. Now, it is not for free. You are going to spend about 100 Canadian dollars per person if you want to get it from the Nigerian High Commission here in Ottawa, Ontario. So those are the two ways you can get an abstract, and this document is very, very important because you are going to take it to the drive test to let them know that you have prior experience from a foreign country. The whole purpose of this is so that you don't have to go through the different steps that a normal Canadian will have to go through if they were going to get their full G. Any questions? If there are, ask in the comment section. Now, there is one special thing you need to know about this abstract, and I'm telling you because we made that mistake. That's myself and Chris. We were also given this information. So because of this information, we went to go and obtain this abstracts in Nigeria way ahead of time. And when we got to Ottawa here and we presented it, that document was already expired. So basically, this document is only valid for 6 months. So if you know that you're coming to Canada in the next few months, you're going to get all your driving situation sorted out within the next few months, no problem. But if you know that it's going to take you more than 6 months before you start sorting out driving, don't bother getting it because it's going to expire. That actually happened to us. And it's so funny because like we had no idea that that letter could even expire, but it did. And that is one thing you need to take note of. Now, step 2. Step 2 is the knowledge test. Now, whether you are going to do G1, G2 or full G, you need to write a knowledge test. Now, what is the knowledge test? Knowledge test is basically your knowledge of Canadian driving rules. And it is divided into 2. There are 40 questions. You have questions about road signs and you have questions about general rules of driving in Canada. So you need to pass that test in order for you to go to the next level. No matter whether you are trying to get a G1, G2 or G, this test, you must write it. So how do you go about getting a passed knowledge test? The first thing you need to do is to prepare. You guys, it is not something that you just walk in and just write. See, I'm saying this because because the taxi driver that took us to the place was saying, oh, it's an easy test, just go. See, it's not easy. Especially if you're somebody that used to do yama in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm talking to you people. You actually need to go and learn what these rules are. And you can do this on YouTube. There are several practice questions. And there's also like a PDF that you can use that is like a guide for everything. And if you guys are interested in getting that guide from me, let me know in the comment section. I will find a way to send it over to you, maybe via email or something. But yeah, just let me know in the comment section and we can talk about it. So those are the 2 things you need to do to prepare for this test. Now, once you are prepared for the test, you take your abstracts and go to the drive test location and tell them that you are a person with foreign experience. Present to them the abstract and then they'll book you in for a test on the same day. That's how it works. Do not forget to take your abstracts with you. Do not forget to tell them that you do have foreign experience, because if not, they're going to just book you in like a regular Canadian just trying to get their G1, which is like the first level of driver's license. You do have to make it clear that you are doing this as a person with foreign driving experience. Now, to pass this test, you need to make sure that you get nothing more than 4 questions wrong on each part of the test. The first part has 20 questions, the second part has 20 questions. You must not get more than 4 questions wrong on those 2 parts. And if you do not, then you will definitely pass and you will get your G1. That's the first step into getting your full G. You first of all get a G1. You can drive with another person who has a full G. You are not yet a full G holder, but you can actually drive on the streets of Canada as long as you have somebody who has a G1 driver's license beside you. Scratch that, the streets of Ontario. Now, for some people, it's easy. They end up passing and there's no issue. Same for Chris and I were able to pass on the first, go. But if you don't pass, all you need to do is rewrite the test, and you can rewrite the test immediately. You don't have to go back home and come back. You can actually rewrite the test immediately. And it's going to cost you about $16 or so, if I'm correct, to rewrite the tests. So, but to avoid rewriting, just make sure that you prepare ahead of time and make sure that you do some practice tests on YouTube so that you don't have to rewrite the tests. Okay? Now, as soon as you pass the test, what you need to do is to go back to the counter and book your road driving test. Now, you can book that one for any time. What Chris and I did was to book it a month ahead, and that was supposed to give us enough time to practice, learn how to actually drive on Canada streets before going back for our test. Now, this takes me to the third step. Third step is doing your road test. Now, like I said before, you need to have a knowledge test no matter what, but you also need to have your road test. Now, this is a physical test where you actually drive with an instructor beside you or an examiner beside you to test whether you can actually drive on Canadian roads. Now, how do you go about doing this? Like I mentioned before, you must have booked with the drive test that you're coming on a particular day. Now, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you practice how to drive. And you can do this in two ways. You can either practice with a family member or friend or whoever you're staying with that has a full G, or you can go to the driving school, which is usually in most drive test areas. You'll find a driving school and have them teach you how to drive on Canadian roads. Come up with an arrangement with them, drive for a particular amount of time, and make sure that you are ready to drive on Canadian roads before doing the road test. Secondly, and this is when you are going to actually do the test, make sure that you either have a car that is in good condition from your household, or you ask your drive school to give you a car to do the test. The most important thing is that the car needs to be in good condition for driving on Canadian streets. Now, obviously, the driving school is going to charge you for using their car to do the test. Okay? So, but you may need to do that if you're somebody that does not have a car in Canada or anybody who can borrow you a car to use in Canada. And that is what we did. If you are very confident in driving, you've done a lot of practice, then you should be good to go. You'll be able to do the test and pass. As soon as you pass, you are going to get your full G driver's license. You're good to go. They will give you a slip, and then you should expect your plastic driver's license in the mail at your address that you provided for them. So that is all. 3 easy steps to get your driver's license from Nigeria converted to an Ontario full G driver's license. If you guys have any questions about this, please ask in the comment section. I will just do a quick overview so that you guys can remember what it is that I said. First step, get an abstract. Second step, do your knowledge test. Third step, do your road test. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you found this useful, please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. And if you want to hear from me more regularly, you can follow me on my social. Thanks for watching. Bye.